Now we're going to move on to the drops. We have the same stuff as last time pretty much. We have that iron, and then we use this spray right here, Original Finish Ironing Spray. The starch works really good. You don't have to use it. I do recommend getting the starch because it's going to make it look very, very good. Seaman Quintero is just going to lay this out pretty much almost like the ODUs were in the previous video we made. It doesn't really matter how you lay it out on the ironing board, whatever's comfortable for you, and this is the most comfortable way for us. We're going to start by spraying that down, and then Quintero's going to start. He's got that side-to-side motion. He's not going back and forth and just leaving that on there. Between the buttons, that's the biggest part, just like the ODUs. We're going to go between all those buttons, and this is going to start to come out in just 1 second. All right, we got that first half down right now, and then for the pocket, you can just put that on there and make it flat. You obviously don't want to leave it on there for too long, but you're more than welcome to just put the iron on there and lay it on there for a couple seconds to flatten that out. Start to get the top, make sure we're missing all the buttons. Yep. See how Quintero is stretching that out like that just to make sure that there's no creases left to wrinkle. And already, just in a few seconds, this is what the first section is going to look like. Splitting up into sections just like the ODUs. Alright, we got our next section, the back section. As you can see, look at all these wrinkles on here. And Seaman Quintero is going to show us how to get those out. Just keep a close eye on this right here. Look how quick that wrinkle's coming out. And we are about to move on to the next section in just 1 second. Alright, just after those few quick seconds, all the wrinkles are out of here, and we're going to move on to the next section. After it's all stretched out and ready to go, don't forget that you guys are more than welcome to just press onto this pocket. Don't hold it there for too long, but there's not much to it, and we're going to cut to right when this is done. This one's done as well. Looks exactly like the front one. And we're going to move on to the next section. Next section we're going to be doing is the collar. We're going to lay that down just like so, stretch it out. And this one, there's not really much trick to it. Wet it down like we always do. And just start to get all those wrinkles out. Make sure you stretch that out just so we can be sure all those wrinkles are coming out. If you don't stretch it out and you just start ironing it when it's not stretched out, it's just going to create more wrinkles. So make sure you got this laid out and stretch out as best you can. For this next step, we recommend doing this if you really want to look presentable. We're just going to fold this down, and then this is where we start using that starch spray to make this look extra good. Like I said, this is completely optional. You do not have to do it, but if you want to go that extra mile, this is the way to do it. As you can see, he just did a few sprays through there, and then we go in with the iron. Get all those creases out, make sure it's stretched out, and pretty much the same exact way we just did the collar, except you spray that starch on there and fold it. Done with the collar, and it's looking very good. Next we are going to switch to the back. Start get going on that back. Get that side to side motion. And all those wrinkles are coming out. Within 20 seconds, you're already done with that section. Keep splitting that up into sections and get this other side. Alright, next up we're going to do the sleeves. We're going to bring a lot of attention right here to this line. And then we're going to use that starch. And just a couple sprays across. We're only doing it on that top half right here just to get that perfect crease. Lay that out. Let's bring some focus to this line right here. Make sure it's perfectly down in line with the towel. Or if you're not using the towel, just perfectly in line with the board. We're going to spray that starch on there, same way as the last time, just a couple spritz across. Focusing on that top half to make that line look real good and pop out. This sleeve is finished, and now we're going to work on, I guess you can call it like the corner inside of the shirts. And then just using the tip of the iron, it's going to help a lot more to get these smaller things. You obviously don't want to use the middle of the iron and then go over everything. You can focus more on using the tip and get all those things out. Lay that down. The inside corner, like right in here, is what we're going to be focusing on. Spray that down. Start going. And like I said, you could use the corner a little bit more if you want to get some of the smaller, harder to get to spots. And then we're done. Last thing we can do, it's completely optional, but it's something we like to do here. We're going to work on these shoulder boards. These are very, very easy. You're just going to spray your starch on there, just a couple small spritz of it. Take that iron, and just in a couple seconds, you're already pretty much done with that. You're going to do the same thing to the back side, and then the same thing to the other side, which we'll show in just a second. Just like I said, same thing as the last one. Just a couple spritz of that starch. And in just a couple seconds, it's already looking a lot better. For a little bit more of a close-up, this is what it's going to look like when it's done. From what it looked like before, it looks a lot better with no wrinkles. Straight shoulder bar. Alright, and then this is what we started with right here. These are all the finished products, closing remarks. This is what we started with. This is what we ended with. I want to remind you guys, getting these shoulder bars and getting in these creases, they're definitely optional, but it does make it pop out. So don't feel like you're obligated to get that starch spray or anything like that, but it does make it pop a lot more. And then don't forget, if you have anything left over from the towel the night before, maybe you shaved, there's some hair on it, make sure to get your lint roller out, lint roll it, and you should be good to go. Thank you guys.